That's a good smile.
Look at those sweat bubbles. That's just from doing the washing. Good morning guys, and welcome back to my channel. I haven't done like a real sit down video in such a long time. I think it would have been like my birth story, and Jackson's like 5 months old now, so it would be quite a while ago. But I thought I would do a organizing my kids' wardrobe video. I'm very particular. I wouldn't say OCD, but I'm very particular about the kids' wardrobes. I'm about to do more of our washing, so I thought, why not take you guys along with me? You can see how super crazy I am when it comes to their washing. Sorry, Kim. Why not start in one of the kids' bedrooms, because that's where all our washing goes. So here we go. I wish I could say that that's all. Okay. So this is the number one thing that I do first. I throw it all into the middle of the room and then I make piles. So I have, this is literally how I do it. Lucas shorts, Lucas singlets, and I put singlets and swimmers together because they're in the same, like, it's in like the same drawer up here. And then I do like Hudson shorts, and then his swimmers right next to it because they're in the same, but they're not the same thing. Lucas is a little bit more, he has like 3 singlets, so that's why, and he has 1 set of swimmers, so that's why they're together. But I pretty much organize it by drawer, by person, and then the wardrobe is like a whole different ball game, but we will get to that. So the battery actually died on this, so I don't know how much you actually saw, but this is all of our washing. So I have Lucas, Hudson, Jackson, socks, stuff that needs to get put away, and then this is Kevin and my stuff. So that's how I do that part first, and then this is a hang up, so that's why that's there. But I'm in Lucas's room, so I'm going to do this section first. So this is kind of like, I mean, it's a bit of a junk drawer, but it's got a hairbrush, bottom cream, eczema cream, spare undies, things that I use for, oh, who knew? Things that I use for updates, some swimming nappies, but that's where that is. Then in here, clearly he goes through this a little bit, but this is swimmers and singlets. Oh my goodness, he did this morning, hey. So now that he's bigger, he just kind of goes and grabs his stuff, which kind of like gets my anxiety going. So you normally have undies, and then these are like singlets that he can wear out, and then these should be up here. So then I'll grab his undies and I'll put them straight on top there. Then, well, now that all of these are separated, I just separate the swimmers from the singlets. So swimmers in here, and then night singlets here, and then singlets he can wear out. This one's kind of like a pajama one, but he does like to wear it, and I actually think maybe this one's for Hudson, but it can stay there because it's 2. Okay, my GoPro died, but swimmers in here plus singlets, and these are just like costumey type things, so that's why they're there. And then this one is undies and singlets, and this one is track pants, but I currently put pajamas down here as well. So these are his pajamas. So there you go on that one. So then in that one, this is the bottom drawer. It has his shorts, which, yeah, he doesn't have a lot of because him and Hudson share. And then his shirts go in the cupboard. This is his cupboard. I have like dressy shirts. We only have a couple of those. And then these are just like all t-shirts. And then I have a long sleeve in their own section. We did have like jumpers and stuff at the end, but it just kind of seems pointless because we don't have winter for that long. So I'm just going to put the others up there. So these are like my sections. I like mentally do them. I don't like section them out or anything. I just like mentally do it. So all the t-shirts in the middle, and then long sleeve there and fancy here. And then in here, his shoes up here. I don't know where the other shoe of this is, but I put all of his socks up here. And if I have any odd socks, I actually put them down here. And then, I mean, we're missing another shoe right there. I think Hudson actually has that, possibly. It's possibly in his drawer because he really likes those. But then all the runners, nice shoes. I put boots in this one, and then he wears these to swimming, and these are kind of like his favorite pair of shoes right now. So that's why they're down there, because I just say, go get your Connies, and then that's what he grabs. But yeah. That's pretty much it for his closet. I'm gonna put away those shirts and then we'll go to Hudson's room. Okay, I'm gonna be a little bit quieter just because Jackson is asleep in the room across there. So I'm a little bit quieter. So this is Hudson's room. This doesn't normally live in here. But for the sake of when I do washing, it's so much easier to have a lot of their spare hangers up here. I always leave them in Lucas's room just because like, his wardrobe is a lot bigger, so it's easier to just leave his. And then when we have stuff that needs to be hung up, I just put it up here. I just keep everything in like their little sections, so then it's a lot easier for when I put it away. So these are Hudson's drawers. This one has all of our nappies in it, and this one has bags, wipes, undies, and then the next drawer is his shorts. So Hudson's I get a little bit more specific just because at kindy they do like lots of like mud and stuff, so I tend to put things in piles just so like when Kev gets them dressed, I mean I don't even know if he notices really. This section is kind of like what he can put him in for kindy. Yeah, because I mean sometimes you pay a lot for clothes, so it's nice to have those preserved. So that's the shorts. And then I put his swimmers and boardies just in the corner. And then this I think will be pants. Oh, and there's some extra swimmers down there, which is fine. And then this one is pajamas. Do you guys change your kids' pajamas every night? We don't. Well, sometimes Kev does, which is probably why there's never any in there. And then down the bottom is, don't mind this. This is a sticker that went through the wash, which is awesome. Then I have shoes and then socks in that corner and a beanie. It's actually like my favorite beanie ever. I actually got it from Best and Less, and he loves it because he loves the big ears. But now for the closet. So these bins are like so handy. When I was going through all of his clothes, I just put it under there, and then I would just like pull the clothes off and they would just like drop in. So, but Hudson's is organized pretty much the same. These are all t-shirts, and then we have our 2 fancy shirts, 2 long sleeves, and then I always put like overalls or anything that's like a little bit harder to get them in. I put it on the end because then like you pair it with a t-shirt, if that makes sense. So I will go through and use like the spare ones that are in here, and then I'll go up there. And then that's pretty much it for the kids. If there's any like shoes or socks or anything, I always leave that right till the end. And then Jackson's is exactly the same. It's just a little bit different because he has onesies and stuff, but he's awake. Hi, big boy. So Jackson he has 2 mirrored doors, so he has a little bit more room, but in here we actually have all of our Christmas presents too, so that's what all that is. And this is, I mean, a mother's life, hey, like newborns just go through clothes so fast. But his is kind of the same, so he has swimmers, then like overalls, long sleeves, and then we go into like onesies and t-shirts, and then there's a couple of jumpers on the, or there's a jumper on the end. Because I mean it never gets hot here. But I have his basket here, and then those same tub ideas, and then yeah, all of our presents up there. Then on the other side I have swaddles, and I have more blankets but smaller ones, a sock bin and a beanie bin, and then it's kind of blank, and then small beanies that my grandma knitted. And I have some of the toys that the kids play with, and like we have their handprints and like, yeah, just some like toys and stuff up there. Hey, mister.
That's a good smile.
The Jackson's room is kind of the room that everything gets dumped into. It's really sad, but it's so true. But in these drawers, we have the same kind of thing, like shoes, and then, oh, it's so hard to do this one-handed. These are all the shoes that the kids have grown out of that are just like a bit smaller. So that's them in there. These are shorts and like some Christmas bibs and stuff like that. And then the top one is, of course, a junk drawer. So it just has like cloth nappy type things, like reusables, a swimming nappy, and then some frames and hats and socks and stuff. But that is pretty much it. Then I do our washing, and our washing's a little bit crazy. I always roll up Kev's singlets because I just find that like folding singlets just feels a little bit like useless because we don't have as much room, so I do that. You're just so cute, Jaxie. Yeah, you are. That is all of their washing. That is how I organize their wardrobe and their washing. And honestly, like, it makes it so much easier for me to just dump it all in one room, fold it all, and then put it away like room to room. I get very overwhelmed very quickly, so I do feel like it takes a bit of the stress away being organized. Look at those sweat bubbles. That's just from doing the washing.
Jaxie, do you?
You gonna spew on me? Please don't. Not today. Just one day. We'd love one day. That is pretty much it for today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It really supports my channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.
Jaxie, do you?